To pass the CKA exam in very first attempt. Hello friends, this is Gautam, and in another few minutes I will share my experience that how I cracked the exam for certification in Kubernetes Administrator CKA. I will give you some brief overview on three major points which will help you to understand about CKA and pass the certification. So begin with what is CKA exam, its duration and what all topics cover. I'll move for how I prepared the exam, and the last but not the least, the strategy to pass the exam in very first attempt. So now, what is CKA and what all topics cover? The Certified Kubernetes Administrator CKA program provides the assurance that CKA have the skills, knowledge, and competencies to perform the responsibilities of Kubernetes administrator. So now, what level of checks they are doing in actual exam? The exam duration is for 2 hours, and they will ask 17 questions, and all questions are lab based, not any MCQs. Now there is no weightage on each questions, but to read the questions, you will understand the importance and respective weightage, and then accordingly you can define the priority and you can tackle the questions. There are 5 major topics from where most of the questions used to ask. First will be storage. Here, the points which in general they used to cover in the exam is called storage classes, persistent volume, volume mode, access mode, reclaim policy for volumes, persistent volume claims, and again, how to configure the application with persistent volume claims and all. The next I will move to for troubleshooting, because this is again the important part. Here, they will ask the question about how to evaluate the clusters and node logging, and then again your understanding on troubleshooting for applications, networking, and again any application failure as well. The third is workload and scheduling. So here this area is pretty much simple, where you will get most of the question on deployments. Then let's say they will ask you how to scale up, scale down the applications, and at the same time you should be aware about the JSON paths, and again how to manifest the management and common tools as well. The next I will move for cluster architecture, installations, and configurations. So most of the question is based on the role-based access control, the RBAC. The next would be the KubeADM to install a basic clusters, then how you will manage a highly available Kubernetes clusters, then perform a version upgrade on a Kubernetes clusters. As of now, it's going on 1.29.1. So they may be asked to upgrade 1.29.0 to 1.29.1. Then they will ask implement the HAD backup and restore. This is your short question, definitely you will get. Next is service and networking. So here you must understand about cluster IP, node port, load balancers and all, and again how to use the ingress controller and ingress resources, how to configure the core DNS. These things will cover under services and networking. Now let's move how I prepared the exam. The best recommendation is go to Code Cloud site, which is published by Mumsad Munabbat. You may get some basic understanding of Kubernetes free courses there, and later you can enroll to CKA with mock test course, and then you can see it's a 24 hours video course where you can learn most of the basic principles to advanced principles of Kubernetes, which will help you to crack the CKA. The next is the mock test, which is really important, and honestly it helped me a lot. The second important point is reading the Kubernetes official document, and especially for their quick reference page, which contains most of the Kubernetes Kubernetes related command like kubectl, kubeadm and all. And third important one is access the Killer Coda Killer, which is again 60 minutes of free session you will get. And here you will get a good playground to play all those commands. And again, maybe they will ask you, you will get option for CK playground. There are lots of scenarios based question would be there. So it will give you some brief understanding. So now the strategy to pass the exam in very first attempt. There are 3 things only to pass the exam in very first attempt. That is practice, practice, and practice. Give a strong focus on imperative command, and always try to solve the questions via imperative way, because this CK exam is for 120 minutes and you will have 17 questions. In general, if you go on writing the YAML file and all, it will consume a much amount of time. So always try to do practice to resolve the questions from imperative commands. put strong observations on Kubernetes documents, and specific give focus on some of the topics like deployment, services, sidecar containers, clusters, cluster database backup, and then in restoration of the backup, then persistent volume claim, how to upgrade the clusters. After that, once you enroll the CKA, you will get the two free mock tests. That is again, available on Linux Foundation site. This is a really a good test where you can get all important questions. That definitely the question is a little bit complex from the original exam, but definitely it will help you on to the practice.